alaikum and welcome to Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli. It's a pretty hot and sticky day here, and on days like today my mind wanders to Gulab Jamun and ice cream. The first thing I'm going to do is to make my syrup for the Gulab Jamun. So I've got 250 ml of water in a pan. I'll add in 200 grams of ordinary sugar, a pinch of saffron strands, the black seeds from a green cardamom pod, and a teaspoon of rose water, and then bring this up to temperature to make sure all the sugar dissolves. Once all the sugar has dissolved, turn off the heat. To make the dough for the Gulab Jamun, I've sieved 100 grams of milk powder into a bowl. Now, a word about milk powders. I've got two brands of milk powder here. This is a brand called Klim, and as you can see it's really fine powder. This makes a really superb Gulab Jamun dough. This is a lot more coarse. You can see it's quite granular. I find that the dough I get from using this directly is not very good. So if you're going to use this, please grind it up as fine as you can before you use it. Into the milk powder, I'll add 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 4 tablespoons or 40 grams of plain flour, 30 grams or 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and 3 tablespoons of milk. And I'll mix these together into a nice smooth dough. What you should end up with is a dough which is slightly oily. It doesn't crumble, but it's quite soft. Just leave that for a few minutes. After a few minutes you might find that your dough becomes a bit crumbly. If it does, add in 1 more tablespoon of milk and mix in. When you're happy with your dough, clap your hands. When you're happy with your dough, clap your hands. Now, when you're happy with your dough, and mine's quite sticky actually, I'm quite comfortable with that, take off a small piece. Not too big because these things are going to puff up when you cook them. Press it into a ball and then roll it between your hands to make a nice smooth ball. Now if you need to, just press your hands together, let them come apart to make sure that everything is really pressed well together. And what you should end up with is a lovely smooth ball. And I've ended up making 15 balls and a little baby one. Now they're ready for cooking. I've heated some vegetable oil in a pan and it's medium hot, and that means it's at 140 degrees centigrade. And I'll drop in my dough balls about 5 or 6 at a time. They sink to the bottom, and then after about 20 to 30 seconds they'll rise up to the surface. If your dough balls do this, then your oil's too hot. You need to cool down. Now leave them to cook for about 6 or 7 minutes until they become golden brown. They have a really cute habit of turning themselves over. Once they've gone this lovely golden brown colour, you can scoop them out and pop them onto some kitchen roll. Once your balls are cooked, put them into a bowl, bring the syrup to a boil and pour it all over the dough balls. Now leave to stand for several hours to allow the balls to soak up all that lovely syrup. A few hours later the juice is all soaked up, and I can tell you that they are absolutely delicious. It doesn't get much better than this. Sitting on the terrace in the sunshine, listening to the bulls do what bulls do best, and eating Gulab Jamun and ice cream. Join me next time in Titli's Busy Kitchen with me, Titli. Until next time, Khuda Hafiz.